Hey, welcome back to Rick's Reviews. I'm your host, Movie Real Rick. And today we're talking about the highly anticipated real-life adaptation of the Disney animated classic, Aladdin. So this movie started getting scrutinized the moment the first trailers hit YouTube a few months back, with most of the complaints centering on Will Smith as the genie. First off, that is an incredibly challenging role to take on. Robin Williams was a national treasure, beloved by all, and nobody could ever possibly fill his shoes. But if anybody could come close, it would be Will Smith. He definitely puts his own spin on the genie character, but overall, he still has the same lighthearted and likable demeanor as the Robin Williams version. The other thing everyone was complaining about was the genie CGI. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about a floating blue guy with a funnel cloud for legs half the time who fluctuates in size, shape, and form throughout the movie. So, I don't know how realistic looking you could really expect him to be. Honestly, I think everyone just overreacted because he is very blue and vibrant, but mostly because he's different. He's not the genie we all grew up with and have come to know and love over the years of 3 movies and a successful cartoon series. But just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. Sometimes different can be refreshing, and in this case, necessary. While we're on the topic of differences, the genie isn't the only thing that's different from the original. Disney made quite a few changes to the storyline. Now don't worry, they didn't ruin their masterpiece. The overall plot is still the same, but it's full of little differences that I actually really enjoyed and kept me very entertained since I didn't know exactly how every little scene was going to play out. The most notable change was the addition of a new character, Jasmine's handmaiden, played by former SNL star Nasim Pedrad, who almost steals the show with her witty humor and seductive smile. While there is plenty of contrast between the animated and live-action versions, all the nostalgia you're looking for is still there. All those crucial, classic scenes and lines that you so desperately need in order to bring back all that sweet childhood happiness, you're gonna get. Complete with all the musical numbers. And there's even a new one. Will Smith's singing isn't the best, especially in comparison to the other actors who are superb singers, but the musical numbers are still very enjoyable. Although, a few segments are sped up for some reason, I guess to try to sync up the actions with the lyrics of the song, but it just ends up looking really fake and cheap. It's only a few short clips, so it's not like it ruins the whole thing. It was just a poor editing choice. I like the actors they picked for both Aladdin and Jasmine. They look a lot like their animated counterparts and did an excellent job of bringing these characters to life on the big screen. They slimmed down the Sultan and made him a little more with it, which is fine, but I kind of liked him better as the short and stout, jolly but clueless Sultan. He was kind of endearing. But my only real complaint with the casting was Jafar. It's not that he was a bad actor. In fact, I think he did a really good job. It's just the guy they picked wasn't scary enough. Even in cartoon form, the original Jafar had this large, ominous, intimidating presence with a particularly deep and sinister voice. But the live-action Jafar isn't very tall, not very menacing, and had kind of a high, dainty voice. It just wasn't villainous enough for me. That's really my only complaint about the whole movie. And even that's not that bad, because despite his unintimidating appearance and Mickey Mouse voice, the guy still makes a pretty good Jafar. And he's still accompanied by his talking parrot Iago, which thank God is not voiced by Gilbert Gottfried again. The other little thing that bothered me with its lack of dreadfulness was the Cave of Wonders. In the original version, this beast came roaring up out of the sand, and its head and lips moved as he spoke, and then he disappeared back down into the dunes when he was done. In the live-action version, the Cave of Wonders is totally static and never moves. We just get a little flashing of the eyes. It would have been better if they just used footage from the original Cave of Wonders. But again, just a few short clips of the movie, so it's really not that big a deal. Overall, I think Disney did a fantastic job transitioning this story to a live-action film. Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie, so I had high hopes and expectations of this, and they did not let me down. It's fun and colorful, moves fast, different enough to keep you interested, but stays true enough to the original to give you all the nostalgia you could ask for. I challenge you not to sing along and dance to the musical numbers. I guarantee you'll find your foot tapping in the theater at some point during this movie. In short, if you like the animated version, you'll like the live action one. Is it as good as the original? Of course not. It never is. But it's as good as a live adaptation of this Disney classic as it possibly could be. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my review, please like and subscribe, and comment below on what you thought of the movie and my review. And tune in next Friday and every Friday for new reviews on movies and TV shows. Same Rick time, same Rick channel. Thanks for watching Movie Real Rick.